have time? I think he said we're like 20 minutes out. Do you have time to talk? Oh, okay, and then at that point, 1,000 things go through your head. I'm not a felon. I don't break laws, and I've been involved in anything like that, even being as a former Proud Boy. We never did anything illegal, but still, 1,000 things go through your head. And long story short, I called them back, and they wanted to meet me at a hotel or something. And I said, you know what? I'm not really comfortable meeting you guys anyway. Right. So they're like, well, is there somewhere you'd like to meet? I'm pretty close to the mayor of Galt here where I live, and at the time the police chief. So I said, yeah, we can meet at the police department. And so they're like, okay, 1:15. Of course, I typically get, even when I'm doing rallies, I always get early just to check, make sure everything's okay and go over security plan and whatnot. So of course I got there early just to observe, and they actually showed up on time. And they said, well, we got to go in there and let them know we got to use the room, so we'll text you when we're ready for you to come in. Okay, sure. I went down there without an attorney, again, because I didn't think that I had anything to hide. I knew I didn't have anything to hide, and, wasn't worried. And it's an interesting part here, but they go, hey, your name came down. We have this flyer, which was one of the flyers that Antifa had posted around Galt of me and another member with our address and stuff. Or they're like, we'd like to talk to you a little bit about your organization. And I go, well, unfortunately, we can't have that conversation because you guys aren't members. And then they kind of shifted towards, they're like, okay, well, we don't have to talk about that. And they kind of shifted towards Antifa and what I knew about Antifa. And, at one point I had infiltrated one of Antifa's groups meetings. I know they don't claim to be a group. They do organize at libraries and such.
From time to time, sure.
Yeah, and I had video footage of a lot of people without their masks on, and I threw that at them. I said, hey, I have this video, and they completely didn't even bite on it. What they were trying to do was just get information about, what I know about Proud Boys, and if I'd known anybody that did the whole January 6th thing, and I caught on pretty quick. And so anyway, I started getting a little frustrated, and I go, you know what, I just really honestly don't trust you guys. Look what you did at Ruby Ridge, look what you did to Waco, look what you guys did to with Fenacom. And I go, if an order came down that required you to violate my rights, would you do it? And they're like, absolutely not. Okay, well, if it came down from the Biden administration, no. I was like, I was a Marine for 10 years, and I respect the law and all this shit. He was getting frustrated.
Sure.
And anyways, they, at the end of all that, they wanted me to, which here's the part that I thought was really weird. They wanted me to be like a lone agent and gathering information on Antifa and everything I know. And I go, wait a second. I go, because I told them, I said, well, we're not the enemy. The enemy is Antifa. You guys probably should look at them, because, of course, I wholeheartedly believe that, and I still believe that to this day. And I'm like, why do you guys want to utilize me for that? Like, who am I? You got better resources than I do. It's like, yeah, but, with policy and stuff, we just can't. I'm like, it just sounded so weird to me. At that point, I felt like they were trying to set me up to be a patsy or something.
So if anything happened, that it would fall on you, not them, kind of thing, right?
Exactly. So I go, okay, I'll think about it, Of course, in my head, I'd already made the decision.
Sure.
I got home, and, this whole time I was in communication with my leadership and letting them know the whole time what was going on. And I went home and spoke to my leadership more about it, and I texted them back, and I have the text message actually. It said something like, you guys are currently, I said, this fraternity stands on honor, integrity, morals, values, which at the time I thought did. And like, what kind of man would I be if I worked at the very organization that's currently bringing down my brothers?
Like, even if it's an informant, even as an informant, right?
Right. And I go, I appreciate it. You guys are very nice and kind, but I can't do that. And they called me back immediately. I go, look, man, I threw you guys a bone. I said I had video footage of Antifa members without their masks on.
I already had it, right?
What's that?
You told him I already had stuff for you, and you didn't want it.
And he goes, well, actually, just like that. Well, me and my partner were just sitting in the car talking about that, and I just knew it. I was just like, yeah, I'm just not interested in working with you guys. I appreciate it. And then that was the end of our conversation.
About when was that?
That was, gosh, I don't know. I'd have to go back and look at the messages on my phone.
It was post January 6th, though.
Yes, correct.
All right.
So what I was saying about the paranoia, because I'm going to continue to tell you, I didn't tell you why I stepped down from being a Proud Boy, but I think it's probably important.
Okay.
That was the primary reason, because paranoia circulated through the organization, and I became labeled as a potential informant. So after everything that I'd done, there was some members that I recruited that went kind of AWOL and convinced other members that Odin might be working as a Fed, and it just trickled down and caused a shitstorm, and I essentially wanted to leave with my honor, and decided that we had a meeting, and I said what I had to say, and I stepped away. And then so that was part of it. So that's what I'm saying. Like, if any, they're so paranoid. They were paranoid. I prospected for 8 months before I became a member. So, and that was before all this paranoia. Now, if you're trying to kind of get in and learn and kind of just write about these guys and all that, it's going to be hard for you to get in, if you've got articles out there, unless you go in kind of under a different name or something. I don't know. But, there's a lot of paranoia out there. So.